Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and yo, what up? It's time for me to kill time because I put a potato in the oven and I'm waiting for it to finish cooking. So, we need to kill some time until then. So I figured I'd do the World of Horror. There's no hammer arc, mainly because, like, the hammer arc starts when my insomnia would usually cause me to pass out. And this time the hammer arc was right outside my front door, which, you know, listen, I can't, like, complain or hate on them at all. They're just doing their job, and also they're doing their job in, like, 100+ degree weather. It's actually worse than that when they're out there. But yeah, I've basically just been, in agony for the past few days, which is okay. One must imagine Sisyphus. And, you know, what we're basically doing here is I am just existing right now, and I'm waiting. This is technically the first thing that I've eaten today, if you don't count Tic Tacs. But here we are. It's Look Who It Is. It's dexterity, strength, knowledge, light source, charisma. It's the whole fucking suite. And then you got a little final boss action here. You got a little light source action here. You do kind of hate it, just a little bit. But what can I say other than I'm just waiting for that potato. I'm fiending for it. Potatoes are good meals, man. It's very easy to make a potato or a yam or a sweet potato or whatever taste absolutely fantastic with minimal things. Like, just the base flavor for all those things bangs, like, on its own. And then if you just add, like, a little spice here, a little butter, a little cheese, oh my god. You could, I mean, you don't even have to go that route. You could go, like, fucking sour cream if you wanted to. You could do so many things with a potato. They're so good. Sour cream, mayo, there's like 80 things you could do with a potato. Absolutely banger food. One of the goats of all time. True and real. I actually wasn't paying attention to see if we're on all perks or random item statistics or anything like that. So we are actually kind of having to play this a little easy beatsy safe. Just as like a little treat, you know? But, yeah, I had to climb through the rubble today. I had to climb through the rubble in order to let my dog outside to go to the bathroom. They're still blocking my my patio with wooden walls. So I literally can't use the patio. I have to walk into the fucking construction hallway. Which, again, I can't hate on them. They're just doing their job. I got no ill will towards them. I got ill will towards the entire process, if that makes sense. I would like to actually be able to sleep, though. That would be nice. You know, that'd be pretty good. I think I took like a hour-long nap today. I don't know how long I passed out for, because you just kind of like wake up, glance at the alarm clock, pass out for like 5 more minutes, and that's like, oh shit, it's time for the day to start. But yeah, no, it is what it is, you know? It's Look Who It Is. Moriko has not showed up yet, I swear to God. There we go, she just showed up as I was talking about her. We're free. The chain's breaking. We're not on Streamlabs OBS, so I can't show you the chain's breaking image. But yeah, no, we're just kind of hanging out. We're just kind of chilling. I want to eat that potato, and I need to skip time until the potato is ready. And unfortunately, well, actually, very fortunately, because God bless, God save me, I do not live in a Bethesda game, so I can't just go to where there are no enemies and then just, like, skip the next 24 hours. My potato would be severely burnt by then. But you can usually do it a little bit more precisely. Botany, Vigil, fucking Flood. Got the whole fucking suite here. Jesus Christ. I forgot the money. Alright. This is how you know it's an actual ball game, is we're having to do some shit like this, and then getting actually something that hunger does not normally negatively affect you, but it does for this specific case right here. So what we're gonna do is, where's the doomed location? The doomed location is the downtown, so we can just slap the police station on itself. Not really have to worry about that. We got the handcuffs. Time to go to the hardware store, see what we're working with here. That is definitely different. Oh, fuck. It's actually, not that disastrously bad besides the hit chance, which is actually unworkable, I'm sorry to say. A coin flips chance in hell? Absolutely not. Wait, no, is this thing... hold on, is 50... I gotta check this. Is 50 really the Carpenter Hammer default? Like, I thought that was ridiculous. Like, I was like, there's no way. No, that's normal? So you're saying in order for this weapon to be even, like, somewhat viable, you'd have to have, like, 80 million damage, enough attack speed to prep, or, like... Jesus Christ. What did they do to you, Carpenter Hammer? I mean, I'll take an HDF, sure. Now, here's where we do the tactical. The self-mute, because I have to sneeze, but then the sneeze goes away, but it's just lingering at the fucking precipice of being a sneeze, you know? So you're like, I gotta go achoo. I want to hear bless yous. Actually, no, that'd be really weird, because I'm alone right now. I don't really want to hear a bless you through the wall. That'd be kind of creepy. But, you know, you want to go achoo, you want to hear a bless you if somebody else was around, or if your dog could talk. And then it just disappears. It's like, hey, dickhead, you need to sneeze, but you're not gonna sneeze right now. And it's like, alright. I look forward to having to cut the video later for an Emmerdale. Dickhead. I mean... yeah, we can just do this, I guess. Oh yeah, who's our ally? I didn't even, like, internalize this. Ikumi? Ikumi's got a cute sprite. I did not recognize the sprite, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. I mean, I don't really know what to do, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of chilling right now. You're telling me to, that I gotta get allies, and I think you're correct, actually. Nobody can waste time in a moldy old library. That's for nerds. But I am a little bit... just a little bit nervous. As, like, a little treat, you know? I'm just a little itsy-bitsy nervous. But that's okay. It's probably to do with the sleep deprivation more so, and less so the actual run itself, because this is, like, not that bad. I mean, it's still pretty bad, and actually noticing that I have the medical kit for the first time in my life, that actually makes me more nervous than initially, Do we just go get somebody at the... you know what? Let's do it. Let's try. They'll give me plus charisma, and it will be great. Cheaper pharmacy items? Okay, yeah, buddy. How do you get that discount at the pharmacy, dickhead? Alright. We might come back here later. Somebody said it was 65% Doom for the Intimidate to be successful. The thing is, I remember Kiwi did the math back in, like, one of the very early builds of the game, and he said it was, like, 85%. And I've just always internalized that. I didn't even think the schoolyard could even get changed. Like, I thought it was just kind of set in stone, as it is what it is. But I guess it did get changed recently, right? With the 7 charisma thing. Not being able to recruit 2 allies consistently anymore. Because if you had 7 charisma, you used to be able to get 2 allies, and you had 8, you used to be able to get 3. Or at least I'm pretty sure how that worked. I'm not entirely sure now that I say it out loud. I'm gaslighting myself. But, you know, we'll go ahead and we'll respond to the man. And he'll take us to the land that he understands. Which apparently there's another song with a lyric like that that's not Ocean Man. And somebody on Twitter was making a reference to that other song and everybody thought it was about Ocean Man. It's like, yeah, true. True and real. Is that a motherfucking Ocean Man reference? We love it. Probably just do that, right? I mean, the penalty is increased. We actually should have definitely made the, that was a big... ooh. Discard on use cost 2 reason. This is like some fucking keyword shit for modern, right? Like, when you make old cards, you just describe what they do, and then, like, if they do something that's not on the card, it's just like a given. Like, oh yeah, of course you discard it. But then in, like, modern fucking cards, it's like a discard card after use. It's like, yeah, okay. Okay, buddy. I get you. I feel you. 4 damage or 4 damage. Whew. Sheesh. Okay, I have friends who say sheesh. Okay, I run a Final Fantasy guild. We have some Zoomers in it, and some of them say sheesh. And then I also have a friend, Classic. You might know him from the Webweaver Iceberg if you've been around long enough. I got in touch with him recently, and whenever we're playing Fortnite, he says sheesh. Pretty much like every combat encounter. I can't escape it. If you can't escape it, I can't escape it. We suffer together, and it doesn't really bother me, actually. I'll be real with you. It's just like a little fun saying. I have fun little sayings that I enjoy. I'm going to regret this, but we just need to... just get me the fuck out of this fight. First enemy, by the way. Not that it matters, right? Because it's all your stat checks, light source, and final boss. So second enemy would be fucking Botany Man? That's crazy. It's Mr. Shiro-san? So in a bout of bad decision-making, and also insomnia, and I also forgot that, there were construction workers, so that I should at least try to, like, knock myself unconscious so I at least get, like, a couple hours of sleep. I decided to binge watch movies starting at, like, midnight, and I watched a bunch of movies. A family member gave me access to their, like, Movies Anywhere account, and they have, like, a bunch of movies that I've never seen. And I got in on that, and some of those movies are pretty neat. I watched Isle of Dogs for the first time, which the only reason I knew who the guy was who worked on it was because of all those stupid Twitter AI things that make me want to bash my fucking brains out. What if fucking hell. What if Wes Anderson made a Star Wars film? What if Wes Anderson made a Game of Thrones thing? It's like I wanna do things to myself that you can't say on YouTube and you can't do on TV. It's absolutely ridiculous how much disdain and hatred I have for that shit. Absolutely. But like, oh boy, I hate that shit so much. But I watched Isles of Dogs, and I saw it originally, like, when I was first looking through, and I was like, yeah, this is cooking. I'm really gonna enjoy this, because I took, like, one look at it. I saw the style of it. I'm like, this would have to be, like, one of the worst movies of all time for me not to at least find it, like, charming and cute. And it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot. And so I'm a really big fan of it. But, like, I knew I was going to be a big fan of it, but I didn't know how big of a fan I was going to be. So I actually intentionally avoided it for the longest time because I didn't want to... I'll do that, whatever that is. Injury? Broken jaw. Okay, who gives a shit? I purposely avoided it for a long time because I didn't want to potentially get obsessed with something new, because I knew at the baseline, unless it was the worst movie of all time, I would at least like it. But if it was really, really good, I might become obsessed with it, and I don't need that in my life right now, you know? So I was like I was pretty cautious about it. I was like I was pretty cautious about it, don't get me wrong. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Just eat the damage. There's nothing you can do about that. One must imagine Sisyphus thinking smarter. It's okay. Dislocated shoulder, don't care about that. We're good. Keep moving. Actually, hold on. We can get rid of one of these things if we need to. Actually, we should get rid of Frost. No, I don't really think it's gonna matter. But do we have any human enemies here? No, we don't. I don't think we do. I'm trying to think human enemy in the mansion. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But, yeah, we can shocking tattoo this, I think. We're wearing the outfit for the drip, too. Get a lot of attention on the media. Super Idol. Mizuki Hamasaki. That's her last name, right? Hamasaki? Mizuki Hamasaki. Did I remember that? Mega Idol. Mizuki Hamasaki gets a shocking new tattoo, with online fans questioning what were her managers thinking, and then probably devolving into some really creepy shit about, like, ruining the purity of Mizuki's body or something. Idol fans are so weird, man. The only time I've been exposed to Idol fans are people who are like obsessed with Hololive. Like I have friends who like Hololive, and I think that's normal. I think Hololive is a pretty likable thing. I don't think you're gonna get a lot of people who are into Hololive. I don't really think you're gonna get a lot of people who aren't into Hololive if they like give it a shot. You know, it's charming, it's nice, it's cute. Nothing wrong with it at all. But I definitely have seen people online, thankfully none of my friends, but I've definitely seen people online where they kind of go fucking crazy about Hololive idols, and it's really creepy shit. But anyways, I don't know where we're going with this. I was just thinking of the Persona 4, Hi, I'm Daisy comic dub bit. That, I was just thinking of that one. The, is it Risei Kujikawa? That's how they introduced her? Mega Idol Risei Kujikawa? Something like that. I haven't watched that in a while. It's just like, the brain worms temporarily were here. We're in hell, by the way. Not harrowing, though. That is true. But we did get out of there pretty easily, and we did get some nice EXP out of that. We're gonna level up. No fame, of course, because, you know, I can go die in a hole. But, I mean, we're kind of getting there. It's a little late for quick thinking, I'll admit, but it just kind of makes our stats generally better. I remember that there was an empty bottle in our fucking suitcase, did you? Oh, funny joke. Funny joke moment? Yeah, we do mermaids, because we can get the burn. And honestly, like, I'm not really worried. Oh my god! Okay, hold on, let me cook. We don't even have to ever go to the whatchamacallit. We don't ever have to go to the thing to get that cured. We can just use the medical kit. I'm learning? Holy crap. But, yeah, no, I don't know where we were going with the bit earlier. I completely derailed because I made an Idol joke, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Idol fans are really weird. And not like, here's the thing. I imagine that, like, most Idol fans are chill. It's just always that, like, psychotic vocal minority. But, like, there was a thing on Twitter recently about, like, VTubers versus real women, and it was just such a fucking really weird thread, not sending their best. Because it was like, you know, VTubers are incredibly popular right now, and female streamers specifically have always sort of fallen into the category of, like, niche or, like, really popular, but it's like a couple of them, you know? Like, there are a couple that I've heard of because people that online get mad at them a lot, specifically because of that, and then I have, like, some friends who want to be streamers, and they're like, oh yeah, get that bag, that's a good idea for getting money, or whatever, you know? But, like, I don't know, man, they're just people, like, VTubers are extremely popular, so if you told me that VTubers were more popular than, like, non-VTuber female streamers, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense. VTubers are incredibly popular. They have entire industries around them, like, marketing them before they even, like, say a goddamn word, right? Like, it's crazy how people obsess over VTubers, how there's, like, this sort of, like, idol fever, you know? And, one of the things is, a lot of the people in the replies to that, like, some people, who maybe have their, you know, their head on their shoulders right, you know, were kind of weirded out by the fact that it's like, wait, what do you mean, why are you making a distinction between VTubers and real women? They are real people, they just have an avatar character, right? Like, you know, you don't call fucking, people have been using avatar characters for a while, you know? Like, mascots for brands. It's like, you wouldn't call, like, you know, your local baseball team's, like, furry mascot character, you wouldn't call them not a real person. But the thing is, with VTubers, a lot of people consider VTubers not real, right? Like, a lot of people consider that VTubers just don't exist. or like they're fake, or like they're characters, which they are. Like I do want to point this out, they are characters. They are putting on a bit for you. They're trying to entertain you in their day-to-day life. When they are not on camera, they are not trying to entertain you. So oh, you motherfucker. They are by definition putting on a show for you. They're doing a bit. They're playing a character. Now that character can be genuine, but like I don't go out of my way to try to like, you know, do like. Here's the thing. There's a difference between playing like a character and like playing, or having like it's a weird way to say it, but like having like a mask. Because, like, I try to stay pretty genuine for these videos, but I do have, like, a mask. Like, I try to keep my private stuff private. I don't try to talk about, like, my real life at all, for, you know, privacy's sake. That's just me. But, like, for VTubers specifically, originally it was something that people really liked, because it was, like, I can be outgoing, quirky, and then people don't have, like, my face to recognize it with. It's more like, you know, it's just sort of like an avatar, you know. I'm like playing a character, and some people play characters and are completely different when the camera's off. Some people are like more subdued when the camera's off, but they're pretty much the same person when the camera's on. Some people are more subdued when the camera is on, and they're more energetic when the camera's off. I've met a lot of interesting people, and I've talked to a lot of people on and off the Twitch stream. And you get to meet a bunch of cool and kooky people. And I say that with love. You get to meet a lot of interesting folks, that's what I'm saying, right? But like with VTubers, people have this really weird relationship with them. It's kind of sketchy. It's like, oh yeah, 2D over 3D. And it's like, you know, there's a 3D woman behind that, right? It's like, it's weird, man. I don't really know how to articulate it. It's just like, it's like, I hear how VTuber fans talk about like their, you know, their Oshi or their waifu or whatever. And it's like, I just think red flag, red flag, red flag. Like it's kind of, and it's weird too, right? Because like a lot of the more popular VTuber stuff like directly appeals to sort of like fetishizing these characters. Because you have this, I have a friend who's into VTuber culture, and he showed me this video recently, and it was funny, but it was basically just like people reacting to the VTubers, and they do this whole like reveal spiel where it's like, you know, their likes, their dislikes, and then people like fetishize those likes and dislikes, and it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Like, I get it, but also, like, I don't get it at all. Like, I understand, like, it kind of feels like they're playing off of, like, they know their target demographic is kind of weird about women, and so they completely play into it for marketing. And it's just, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, you know? It's a little sketchy. And it just, like, whenever VTubers are in the news on Twitter, it's just like, I know I'm gonna read the most, like, whack-ass shit in my life, you know? Like, I'm gonna read some crazy, brazy shit, dude. It's gonna be nuts. A nice ring, huh? Honestly, this has no downsides, except for the fact that it gives you plus charisma, which is kind of bad. Because, like, you can fail, like, charisma checks sometimes, and that's, like, the ideal outcome. Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, alright, we'll get this cured with a bandage. That's fine. Which means we're gonna have to go to the whatchamacallit next time. How many allies do we have? 2? Do I want to spend the Doom to go back? I would rather spend the Doom on abnormal arms when our Doom is higher, and we can maybe, like, threaten people. I'm gonna try the 65% thing. If it fails once, I think it's over. Like, I think we lose, but I think that's okay. We can just get out here. Like, we can just, like, we can just hit the bricks. We can just leave. You can just leave. You don't need to be here. If you don't want to be here, you don't need to be here. Did we level up? No, we didn't even get close. Heart of Darkness. Oh, you son of a gun. Now that 8 charisma actually matters, we can't use... Well, actually, if we get a sewing kit, we have black hair, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we ranted about idols. Oh, I was talking about movies. Yeah, no, I watched a bunch of movies. I watched Isle of Dogs. It was really, really good. I teared up near the end there. Like, you know, it was about dogs, man. I was always gonna tear up just a little bit. But, you know, that movie was really good. And my favorite part about the movie, honestly, was just the fact that fucking the voice actor for the main dog was literally Bryan Cranston, which is Walter White. And I lost my fucking mind because there's like a lot of dog meta in that movie, so it's like you get to hear Walter White say, "I don't sit, I bite. I don't fetch. I don't play." It's so good. It's so fucking good. I love that shit, man. Abnormal Arms, Flood. Yeah, sure. We'll do it at the end of Abnormal Arms, probably. We'll go to the schoolyard, mess around a little bit, try to get an army of allies, an army of impressionable subscriber. Yeah, we can just ignore it. That's fine. I mean, it's really not, by the way. Like, we're kind of in hell right now. Like, this is kind of sketchy. I'm gonna try to... Holy shit, we're balling with the luck. Let's go. We're gonna fit a whole army of people inside that fucking vent room. And the plot of the movie Alien is going to be a lot... Listen, the one thing I can tell you for sure is that my friends and I would have beat the xenomorph to death with shovels in Alien. I was just a guy in a rubber suit. Did you see how slow he moved in the final act of the movie? He was, like, sleeping in that fucking vent. And then, you know, Ridley walks up close to him, he's just sleeping. Wakes up, kind of, like, meekly swipes at her, she runs away. Like, yeah, no way, no shot we wouldn't have been able to beat that guy to death with shovels. Are you crazy? The only thing that bitch could do is FNAF jump scare. Bearer of the Curse? Okay, hold on. We need to first go here to get this cured, which is also going to raise our doom up as well, by the way. We get this cured. Do I care about anything else? Do we have a spell? I mean, Holy Glyphs is kind of like... Yeah, sure. Just as, like, a little treat, you know? Just as, like, a little, you know, something special for the road. Okay. Oh, yeah. Funny moment of the Family Guy variety. You know, sometimes you just make a decision that's really stupid, and you feel kind of dumb about it. Yeah, we'll throw the police station on the forest, why not? Just as, like, a little treat. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, Isle Dogs is fantastic. Really liked it. And then, I watched the live-action Venom movie. And I thought that it was okay. Which I don't think is controversial, because I think it had a really low score. Because it shows you the Rotten Tomatoes score, before you, like, watch it. And it had a pretty low score. So I don't think me saying that is controversial. But what I will say is that my favorite parts about the movie, and I wish there was more of it, is just Eddie and Venom being, like, freaks. You know, like, just being, like, little weirdos, you know? I loved it. It was so good. Like, when Eddie hopped in the fucking lobster tank just to, like, cool off, and then he started, like, biting into lobsters raw, that was, like, one of the best scenes in the movie. It was really good. Now, I mean, obviously, I think, like, there was definitely some stuff that was cut out, right? And also, I have no idea why that was a PG-13 movie. It definitely seemed like they wanted to make that, like, an R-rated movie or whatever, but because it was Marvel, they needed to do, like, a PG-13 thing. Because, like, that movie was violent as fuck. And there's, like, 2 parts, or 3 parts, where Venom eats somebody's, like, head off, like, bites somebody's fucking head off, and there's just no blood, there's no body, there's no gore or anything. It's like they wanted to make an R-rated movie. And the thing is, it doesn't need to be super serious, right, to be an R-rated movie. It could be, like, just Eddie and Brock being little weirdos. And I actually really liked, like, some people might have thought this was lame as hell, but I actually really liked the part where Venom is like, "I like you, Eddie." And he's like, "Why?" Because back on my planet, I'm kind of a loser like you. But here we could be something more. I loved that. That was actually so good. That was great. I really did like that. We're fucked, by the way. Like, you seen this? What do you want me to do here? Like, we do 10 damage, and then we do, like, 4 damage, and then we die? Like, okay, sure. Huh? I did not realize that we had 2 discharge summaries. I'm kind of dumb as hell. If we lost the game, it will be because of this. I can't open my discharge summaries. I want that EXP. Okay, hold on. So... 87... Yeah, 80... That. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's over? We lose? Okay. Good to know. Can't hit an 87% chance. Oh, you son of a bitch. You motherfucker. Oh, but can we hit the 40% gritty, though? Oh, you're goddamn right. We can hit the 40% gritty. We're hitting the 40% gritty. Oops. No, I can't give... This game is weird, okay? Now, how do we live? I think the question is we can't. But that's really funny that it happened. Listen, you can't get on me for that. You can't be like, oh, Web, you didn't expect to live past sudden death? Why didn't you heal yourself, fucking idiot? It's like you can't get on me for that. This isn't supposed to happen. We're supposed to be dead. We're gonna die in a second. But, yeah, no, we're gonna... It's gonna be over. -1 max stamina. Discard, lose 2 reason. That's not gonna heal us for whatever reason, is it? No. It'd be kind of cool if it did. But yeah, no, we just go in here and die instantly. That's fine. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. That was weird. But yes, technically speaking, if we healed ourselves by 1 and we took -1 instead of -2, that would have been cool. Also, you know, leveling up before the boss fight probably would have helped. 10%'s pretty, it was a pretty good number. Can we stop getting Mizuki on, fucking Katako Tarasu? Like, what is this? Like, hold on, what is this? What time period is this, okay? Is this fucking playlists? World of Horror Early Access. This one right here. What is this shit? Like, fucking... Wait, why is this sorted by popularity? Yes, it is. Oldest. Is this fucking... Like... This is... Listen, Mizuki... Hardest difficulty, Kathak Otarasu. This is some shit that we would spam, like, 3 years ago. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm looking at this. Like, this is shit that we would do, like, back in the 2-3 year ago era. Can you believe that shit? It's Look Who It Is. Random episode recommendation. Early access. Random episode recommendation. How about Witch of Sick Gains, bruh? Episode 100. That thumbnail caught my eye. Also, the Dracula thumbnail kind of caught my eye, too. 107. Episode 111. 373 minutes and 33 seconds. What the fuck happened there? Honestly, one of my favorite things is when I get a comment on a really old video, and it's talking about something that I have no fucking clue what it even means, because it's like, that means that we were having, like, an unhinged conversation, like, 2 years ago, and somebody was like, I am here now, and it's like, I love that. Like, that makes my fucking day. It's so funny. Like, it genuinely does. It makes my day when, like, an episode from 2 or 3 years ago gets a comment, and it, like, is talking about something that I just am like, what the fuck was I talking about to get this comment? Like, I love it. I genuinely love it. It's so fun. But, yeah, no, have a good one. Stay safe out there. See ya.